40,000 tons of Allied steel are at the bottom of the Atlantic this week alone. The U-boats are winning. Our sailors are freezing in life rafts, staring at an empty horizon, waiting for a miracle that never comes. Until now. Look at this beast. This is the PBM Mariner. It is not sleek. It is not fast. It is a 25-ton flying fortress of iron, rivets, and raw American will. In 1941, the Atlantic was a graveyard. Merchant convoys were vulnerable, and the mid-ocean gap was a black hole where no air cover could reach. America needed a titan that could find enemy subs, rescue downed airmen, and stay in the air for days. Enter the Mariner. It is not a float plane with fragile pontoons that snap in a storm. It is a true flying boat. Its hull is a ship's hull. Its signature gull wings are cranked upward to keep those massive Wright Cyclone engines high above the corrosive, killing salt spray. Most planes fear the water. The Mariner calls it home. When the sea is screaming and the swells are 15 feet high, every other aircraft is grounded. The Mariner doesn't care. It drops out of the clouds, slams into the whitecaps, and carves through the water to pull 40 men out of the drink at once. It is a hunter equipped with a deadly payload of bombs and depth charges to track the wolves of the deep. But it is also a guardian. Imagine being adrift in the icy North Atlantic, hopeless. Then this giant silhouette appears through the fog. It was more than a military asset. It was a beacon of hope. It was the ocean's lifeline and the true unsung hero of the early war.
Step through the hatch, and you will realize this isn't just a cockpit or a cargo hold. It is a home. The PBM Mariner was designed for long-duration missions that pushed the limits of human endurance, sometimes stretching well over 24 hours in the air. Crews needed more than just a seat and a flight suit. They needed a living space to survive the grueling isolation of the open sea. So the engineers did something radical and turned this fuselage into a flying apartment. The Mariner was equipped with a full-fledged galley, a complete kitchen featuring a real stove, a small refrigerator, and a dining table. Imagine the shift in morale when you move from cold rations to hot meals. While hunting for enemy hulls in the middle of nowhere, our crews were cooking up steaks, frying eggs, and brewing fresh coffee. No more shivering in a frozen metal shell with nothing but a dry biscuit. It even featured dedicated sleeping berths with real bunks for off-duty crew members. One team could sleep while the other manned the radar and the throttles. This made the Mariner unique in the sky. It allowed men to stay sharp, stay fed, and stay sane during patrols that would have broken anyone else. This was a plane built for comfort, because the brass finally understood that comfort is a weapon. It transformed the concept of aerial warfare by proving that crew well-being is the heart of a successful operation. It was a testament to human-centric design and a true marvel of engineering that kept our boys ready for the fight.
The PBM Mariner was a quiet giant that saw action in every theater of the global conflict, proving itself as the ultimate jack of all trades that the Allied military simply could not live without. From the bone-chilling, ice-choked hunting grounds of the North Atlantic to the endless, sun-scorched blue stretches of the Pacific, this aircraft was the backbone of maritime operations. It was a platform built for every possible nightmare the war could throw at it, performing anti-submarine warfare with deadly precision, conducting long-range scouting missions to track enemy fleets, hauling tons of critical cargo as a heavy transport, and even screaming in on precision bombing runs with relentless reliability. Over 1,200 of these massive dual-tailed machines were rolled off the assembly lines, each one a gleaming testament to American ingenuity and the power of industrial might. When the smoke finally cleared and the Great War ended, the Mariner's story was far from finished. While other planes were being scrapped for parts, the PBM was being tuned up for the next chapter. It was called back to the front lines during the Korean War, where it performed vital reconnaissance over hostile waters and executed legendary open-sea rescues, plucking downed pilots from jagged, icy coastlines under the nose of the enemy. Even when the military finally retired the airframe from official combat duty, the Mariner refused to fade away, finding a vibrant second life in the civilian world, where its unique capabilities were desperately needed. Many were stripped of their turrets and converted for heavy-duty cargo transport, while others provided the only passenger service available to remote, forgotten island chains that didn't have a single inch of paved runway. Some were even fitted with massive tanks to serve as specialized water bombers, diving into smoke-filled canyons to fight devastating forest fires from the air, proving that its hull could handle the heat just as well as the salt. The legendary flying kitchen and the onboard bunks weren't just a clever gimmick for the brochures. They were the core of a design philosophy that prioritized the human element, making this aircraft an indispensable tool for decades of service. It saved countless lives through direct combat and thousands more through daring sea rescues performed in hurricane-force winds and swells that would have grounded any other pilot in the world. Its legacy isn't just found in museum displays or technical manuals, but in the harrowing stories of the sailors it pulled from the dark abyss and the pivotal battles it helped swing in our favor through sheer mechanical endurance. It remains the quiet giant of the skies and the unsung master of the seas, a masterpiece of American versatility that did the dirty work, stayed in the air when it mattered most, and ultimately brought our brothers back alive.